Okay, we're talking about construction on your renovation, okay? So this is your flip, it's not part of it's the fixed part of your flip, all right? So when you set your scope of work, I want you to be specific because a detailed scope of work eliminates communication problems with your subcontractors and any discrepancies that are going to come up because they will. Be rest assured they will. In fact, that is the Bible, okay? It will happen. Number two, don't over renovate. I cannot tell you how many times I'm guilty of that. And what that means when you over renovate, number one, I bust my own budget. I'm responsible for screwing that up because I buy things that I would want in the house for myself and my family. Well, you're not living there. So it's not something you need to be doing. One of my investors that went through class a couple of weeks ago, or Maggie, a month ago, he's working on his renovation. I walked into his house. He resurfaced all the walls and put what's called a level 5 finish on the walls. Totally unnecessary, very expensive, when he could have done what's called an orange peel, which is the finish that you're going to have on your texture, which when you get into construction, I'll talk about all of that so you understand it. The level 5 finish is very smooth, very expensive to get. So he paid a lot more money that he didn't need to spend. That level 5 finish goes in a house that's $1 million or more. So this is not what that is. Don't over renovate. It cost you the money you could have made on the house. If you need a design or a new layout, sweethome3d.com is one of the best places I've found, especially if you're not an architect and you're not going to be working off of their type of software. This one is very user friendly. So it will give you obviously 3D, but it will give you the chance to move walls. It'll give you a chance to actually print something out. You're going to have to take it down to a place that can print out 24 by 36 so you have a big picture to look at. It can give you what you need if you have to go in and get a building permit. If you're not a decorator, like I said, you need, this is simple. It costs you nothing. Go to Lowe's and walk into their cabinet department, and there's a designer that went to school for design that works there. She can put together everything you want in that house, including paint colors, and it costs you nothing, okay? Zero, nothing. Because they're just hoping you'll buy some things from them. Make an appointment, you're going to spend a couple of hours with her, and she's going to put everything together, and you will walk out with something in your hand that you can use. Well worth it, and it's free. Setting your scope of work, you have to take pictures. When you're at the house and you want to renovate the kitchen, you take pictures of every angle of the kitchen. Bathrooms, same thing. If you're going to change the fireplace in the living room, take a picture. It's just important for you to attach that to a contractor's contract because then when there's and there will be, more than likely in some case that's going to happen on a house, you have a contractor that has a different opinion of what you intended him to do than what you actually wanted him to do. So now if I have pictures and a scope of work lined out, there's really no chance for him to have that discussion with me. He could try, but I have all the proof I need, and he signed off on it. I have to make my choices. I'm never, ever, ever going to allow a contractor to make the choices for any appliances in that house, any tile that I put in the house, any laminate that I'm going to put in the house, any paint colors that I put in the house, or electrical pieces, or anything that I'm going to do. I want to be able to be the one that has chosen it. I'm going to give him a list, and he pulls that. If he's allowed to pick his own choices, he's going to pick whatever is easiest, cheapest for him. More than likely, he's going to go down to the secondhand store in many cases, I won't say all, but many, and buys, and those come from countries that you don't know about, and it doesn't usually work very long. It might work for 12 months, maybe, but usually there's a problem after that, and then you have a homeowner that bought your house that's coming after you to come fix some work. Scope of work addendum, that's going to be included in the contract. Walk your job every day. This is huge, and here's why. Contractors stay on task if they know you're going to show up. You're the boss. What happens when the boss is around? You do what you're supposed to be doing because the boss is there. So I show up on my job sites at about 2 o'clock every day. The reason why I show up at 2 o'clock is because I know now that they will work all morning, take their lunch, which is usually half an hour, and then start working again. I get more work out of them than if I don't show up. They all leave at 11 and go to lunch and go work on some other job, or they just do what they can and leave early. But if they know I'm going to show up, they make it a point to be there. So it's very handy. Time is money. I don't need you to not be on a job site. The other thing that it's good for you being there is in case there was a misstep or a condition that showed up that we did not expect. Let's say I wanted to have this particular floor and I wanted it to do just a little bit of a jog over to the right to cover the closet. And this guy that's laying it didn't know about the closet, didn't think about the closet, forgot about the closet. So now that I'm there, I can say, oh, by the way, please make sure you do the closet. Oh, now it gets done. Instead of him finishing, leaving, then I got to get him back. So missteps are handled when you're on the job site, and you can find those right away. If there's something that comes up that needs to be changed, fixed, or it's something we did not foresee, it's called unforeseen condition, then that's something we can address as well, because they don't have to wait for me to be called to come out, and you lose time and days.